Okay, we're talking Riverside Lady Vikes basketball. Shelby Sloboda with us here. And Shelby, let's talk a little bit about it's a new season and everybody getting underway. And this weekend, everybody's going to be playing some basketball.
Oh, yes, I'm very excited. Our first game's tomorrow. We got a long trek ahead of us, but we're ready to pull out with the win.
And you talk about this year's team. Talk about all the players that are back. Some of those younger players got a little bit older, so there's really a lot of experience coming back.
We do. We have 4 returning starters, so we're very excited about that. And we have 2 potential underclassmen who are ready to jump in the game with us, and one of them is going to be lucky enough to start tomorrow. And we'll just basically go back and forth between the 2 for each game.
What do you look at improving from last year to this year? What were some things that Coach said, hey, okay, I'd like for you to do this? Then there's your own evaluation as far as what you thought you needed to do.
There's a lot more. We're doing a lot better on fast breaking. Our bigs are getting to the rim, and our guards are seeing us ahead, and we're going really fast, and we're beating them up the court. So that's a big improvement from last year.
You always seem like you have that nice touch around the basket, 6, 8, 10 feet, and that's what you want out of a tall girl.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you're able to do this year, maybe add a little bit more to your game.
Yeah, we're getting some different post moves in. Me and Jess and Milan, the other post player that we have, we're getting different duck-ins and post moves, so it's really working out well.
Defensively this year, let's talk a little bit about playing tough defense, and of course the league this year is going to be pretty darn tough.
We do have some tall girls that we're going to be competing against, but I think we're tougher and we'll be able to last longer on the court and we won't get as tired. I think our endurance is going to help us immensely, and we're going to do really good.
You talk about, for you, other activities at Riverside. You got involved in tennis this year. What was that like?
I did tennis. Oh my God, it was so much fun. I really wish I started my freshman year. It was a new experience, something different than just playing basketball. I love basketball, of course, but tennis was something else to get me out there and get me in more activities.
And let's talk about your future endeavors as far as where you're thinking of going to school, or do you already know where you're going to school?
I'm definitely going to Marywood. I'm happy to commit that, and I'm going to be playing basketball there as well.
Talk about what it was like when you went to Marywood, you met Coach Machaco. What was it about her and the rest of the team?
She was such a nice coach, and I've known former players from Riverside that have went there, and she's a very nice, she knows what she's doing.
Well, it's great to hear that Marywood University will be your next stop. And how about what you're going to study? What attracted you as far as the education?
I'm going to study early childhood education. Marywood has the #1 early childhood education program in this area, so I'm very excited that I'll be able to continue there.
There's always some people cheering you on in the stands. Talk about the family, how they get behind you.
Oh, my mom and dad have been supportive to me since I've been 8 years old playing the game, and my sister, she also plays, so she'll be filling my footsteps pretty soon.
Well, congratulations, and the best of luck the whole year, okay?
Thank you.
We're continuing the conversation here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world. Jess Milan with us from Riverside. And Jess, let's talk a little bit about what you worked on all year long from the end of last season till this season to help make you a better player.
At least with me, lifting was a really big thing. I was always dedicated to it, and because I did it the season before and it felt like it helped me 110%. So I wanted to continue that and doing it again on this off season so I could get even better for my senior year.
And overall, what's your outlook this year with this team? There is a lot of talent, but the league is really, really competitive.
Yeah. Me and Shelby work very hard each and every practice because we're the only 2 forwards on the team. We have to try our hardest and do our best, but we work really well together, and I think we're going to do good this year.
Let's talk about some of that guard play you have this year. Obviously everybody knows about your top player, but there's also some other girls that can play the game of basketball pretty darn well.
Yeah, especially this year, we're big with 4 guards and 1 forward. With switching between me and Shelby, we have 4 very talented guards: Lizzie, Natalie, Julia, Haley. We even have Bree coming off the bench, and Alexis. We're going to be really good this year.
What was it like to play with your sister for a few years? She's such a good role model in the classroom, a great student. I'm sure you're going to miss that friendship, but she did some great things for you to learn from.
Yeah, it was really nice always having her on the team. Always just having my sister there, my best friend. But I missed her this year sometimes. We all say we missed the seniors from last year. It was a good group of girls.
As far as Coach McCollough getting after you this year, let's talk about what he says you need to do to get better.
It's just really big with boxing out, rebounds. That's what his big thing with me is. Always got to make sure I'm getting that box out, getting that body on the girl, but that's his big thing with me.
Any other activities you're involved with at Riverside?
Only track. It was my first year last year, and I just did the triple jump and long jump.
And then how about the future? What lies ahead for you?
I plan to go to Penn State, Maine University, and go undecided, but I don't know if I'm accepted yet. That's my first choice, and if not, Westchester is my second choice.
All right. Well, we're rooting for you. We wish you the best in the classroom, of course, on the court this season.
Thank you.
All right, we're Lizzie Spindler here from Riverside, and Lizzie, the college thing's all said and done, which is awesome. Let's talk about where you're headed and tell everybody what those decisions were like, and then you finally said, okay, I'm heading to Binghamton.
Well, my signing day was not long ago, which a lot of emotions that day. You know, we got the FedEx that morning, and it was really exciting. I think my dad was more excited than I was, but yeah, but that's really exciting. You know, I'm looking forward to this coming season with the girls at Riverside, but I'm also looking forward to Binghamton in summer.
You talk about being able to be a leader this year with this group. That's something you've kind of done even as an underclassman, but it's the final run in high school, you know, and it goes by so quick. What are some goals and things that you have in mind this season?
I mean, we want to, you know, make it to districts and all that. So, you know, we want to win games, but mostly have fun and just play and, you know, be with the girls. So that's really it.
And the competition locally is going to be really tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not to say, hey, we could win districts. You might be able to, but you know that there's going to be Dunmore, Holy Cross, or whatever other teams because of the reformatting this year. So I'm sure you'll look forward to some of those challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dunmore is always coming out strong. Holy Cross, I heard that they were working hard this summer, and obviously Westside Destiny is so good. So yeah.
You talk about the things on your game. How about some things that you worked on in the off season? A little self-evaluation, I'm sure, from your own end. Probably from the college people saying, okay, this is what we like to do. And I'm sure Coach McCollough has his own, and your parents probably have some opinions in that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I was working over at New Breed, which is like weights and everything, and Jay's awesome. We were in the gym with Brad Cooper. He's just like basketball skills and drills, and also worked with Natalie Winters in open gym. So it was a packed summer, but so much fun.
Talk about the ability this year with some of your bigs. Two girls that have some abilities, but there's a lot of guards this year. Talk about some of those guards.
Absolutely. We have a lot of girls even coming off the bench. I mean, we're going to start girls, but our lineup is going to differ every game, which Coach told us actually today, and which is really good because we can get a break and we can get back in and have fresh legs out, like when, you know, the game is at the end. So
this interviewing thing you do, you've had a few under your belt, which is great, but it's part of kind of being a leader of, you know, rubbing off on the other girls on what you're supposed to say, how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and I think you have a pretty good group here at Riverside that kind of conducts themselves well off the court and on the court.
Absolutely, we're a bunch of humble girls, and that really helps with everything, you know, because we all want to see each other succeed, and that's the main thing. Because if you have a bad egg in there, it doesn't really, that's a problem, you know.
Well, we wish you the very best this season, continued success. Of course, congratulations on Binghamton University.
Thank you so much.
All right, we are with junior Natalie Cityll from the Riverside Lady Vikes program. And Natalie, your brother did some great stuff in the fall with football. But you've made your own name for yourself with your own sport, and you really do a nice job with basketball. What are you excited about this season?
I can't wait to just get on the court and play with my team. We had a great summer. Practices were fun. I just can't wait for the games to get rolling.
Overall, the work ethic that you had in the off season. Talk about what you did.
Well, we lifted a lot in the summer. We did condition a little bit, and our practices are basically conditioned too. So we lifted a lot in the summer, which is really helping us now.
About your specialty on the court, would you say you're very defensive minded? Can you knock down the shots? Good passer? Take us through what it's like when you're running around.
I'm definitely more of a defensive player. I like that more, being down low or up top. I could really go anywhere. Sometimes I'm on the one and the triangle and one. I can really do anything on defense.
When it's all said and done, whether you win a championship, a district title, you're in the playoffs, these friendships and relationships you have with these girls are going to be more than anything. Talk about the closeness of this group, getting to know you for the last couple of years.
Oh, our team is so close. We all get along so well. Lizzie and I are really close. We always have this team ritual where we go for a piece of cake from Longhorn after games. It's a chocolate one. Oh, we love it.
That's awesome to hear. And talk about her play and her leadership on the court. What's that like?
She's a great leader. She really is. She forces us to talk. She makes us laugh even at like bad times. But she brings it to the court and off.
She talked a little bit about being so humble, and I think all these girls kind of have that, and that's nice to see when everybody's humble, but you're getting some great results. Tell us what that's like.
It's fun because we can be serious, which we need to be, but we also get that fun time on the court because of our connection together. So that makes it fun, but also serious because we know what to do.
Future endeavors for you? I know you're a junior, but I mean, are you thinking about a major yet?
Yeah, I'd like to be an engineer and attend William & Mary. That's my dream, but I'm not sure yet.
Well, it sounds like a great dream to have, and a lot of work to be done between now and then. But other than basketball, any other activities or things that you try to stay busy with?
I ran track last spring, and I liked that. That was fun. But I don't know what I'm doing this year yet.
Well, we wish you the best this year and the future endeavors as well.
Thank you.
All right, we're with Haley Tilbury from the Riverside Lady Vikes basketball team. And Haley, for you, let's talk a little bit about the off season. Talk about some things that you worked on.
Well, we all worked out in off season, and I worked out myself, and I feel like it made us really strong, and I feel like we're going to have a really good season because of it.
And when you talk about the guard play this year, tell us a little bit about some of the guards that are going to be in competition this year.
Well, all of us are really, really fast this year, and we're all really strong, so I feel like getting up and down the court won't be a problem with us, and our bigs are really fast too, so I feel like we're going to be a really fast and strong team.
And talk about your abilities on the court. What does Coach kind of lean on you and say, okay, this is what I want you to do?
I'm mostly defense, and I just run and get the ball mostly.
So you're a hustler.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the bigs that you have this year. You got a couple talented young ladies there.
Yeah, they move for us. They do everything that we need them to do. Even if it's not good for them, they do it still.
And you talk about the leadership. Let's talk about Lizzie Spindler. And how does she lead? She definitely does it by example, but I think she could get after you as well vocally too.
Yeah, having Lizzie on the team really helps, and it's a great opportunity to have her on my team, and she helps with everything, and she really does talk a lot on the court, and it helps us all the time.
You're one of these sophomores that's pretty darn hungry, though, to get time on that court. Talk about you and some of those underclassmen that just saying, hey, we want to be on the court too.
Yeah, the practice, we all show how we should be on the court, and we all practice and hustle, and it's really fun. It brings us closer to be on the court together.
You also play some softball. Talk about the position you play at softball and what you like about that game.
Softball, I'm the starting shortstop, and last season was a really good season for us. We were number 1, and we hustled all the time, and it was a great experience to be on the team.
You must be a heck of an athlete to be the starting shortstop as a freshman. Now into your sophomore year, expecting a little bit more. Is that your favorite sport?
They're both pretty equal. I like them all, both, and I play them both with Julia Antonacci, and we both really get along, and it helps all the time on the court and off.
You guys are a nice 1-2 punch, you and Julia, with playing both of those sports. In the future, have you given much thought about, hey, I want to play sports at the college level, or is that something you'll see what happens over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I want to play sports definitely in the college level. It would be so much fun. Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and good luck this year as the season gets underway this weekend, okay?
Thank you.
We're here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world. We are talking Riverside Lady Vikes basketball. Jack McCollough with us, and Coach, another year, and of course everybody kicking off this weekend. Fun times, and it seems like talking to the girls, the best thing is that they really enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, they do. They're a lot of fun to be around, and they enjoy being around each other, which is great. We had a good preseason, and everybody's healthy right now, and that'll be a big thing for us going forward. But they can't wait to get started tomorrow, and I really can't wait to see what they can do. It's going to be a fun season, I think.
Overall, talk about the leadership that there is. Lizzie Spindler really sets the tone. She talked a lot about the humble part of the team, and it starts with her. When you're one of the most talented players in the area and you're as humble as she is, kind of sets the tone for everybody.
Yeah, she really, she's the face of the program now, and she's she's into her senior year, and the leadership, from the start is amazing. And they all follow her lead. They all look to her, and she's a tremendous role model, tremendous person to be around. And I just feel fortunate that she's in my program, and we've had the success that she's brought us the last 4 years.
Go to the inside players, and Shelby Sloboda seems to really have a great 4, 6, 8, 10-foot range. And some people may say, hey, you're close to the basket, but being able to put the ball in the basket from that range, it's not as easy as people think. And she really has a high percentage when she shoots down there.
It's a lost art. Low post play is a lost art. And I tell everybody, she's got a really good skill set. She's got a really good offensive game. She can do a lot of different things. And hey, the ability to be able to just throw the ball down onto the block when things get out of sync is a tremendous asset. And we're excited to be able to do that again this year.
And she'll have a player joining her down there, but at some point we may see 4 guards on the floor. But there's just so much talent with these girls, and these young girls that were freshmen. They not only proved themselves on the basketball court, but on the softball field last year. 2 tremendous players. It's great to see them continue to grow and push everybody for more playing time.
Yeah, and without tipping our hand too much, we're excited about the different combinations we can go to. And Haley Tilbury and Julie Antonacci, I'm not afraid to say, they're 2 of the best sophomores in the area. And, Julia got banged up a little bit last year, and, she missed some time. And, Haley played herself into the mix. And by the end of the season, they were key players, won a championship in softball. Freshman third baseman, freshman shortstop. That doesn't happen every day on a championship team. And, their confidence and their talent, is really something that we're excited about. And, they're fun to watch. The 2 of them are really fun to watch.
Talk about Jess Milan and the job that she's done. Her sister, tremendous student, moved on. Yeah. And of course now, I think Jess is talking, hey, I'd love to go to Penn State, Maine as a student, but we're hoping to get some great production out of her this year. She seems really excited. Yeah,
she's, she's a blue-collar player. She's a hard worker. We've had games, Jessie comes down 17, 18 rebounds a night. She's tireless. The progress she's made from her freshman season is really amazing. She had opportunities basketball-wise in college, but, she wants to go to the big school and follow her sister to Penn State, which is great. But, I know she's excited. I know she's worked hard for it, and, we're going to reap the benefits of that hard work again this season.
League is monstrous tough. It's going to be that way. Other girls seem discouraged by that. They're like, listen, hey, we're going to play our best, and the competition's going to be fantastic. And again, it's more about the process. And as a coach, you have to kind of, be the director of that, saying, let's just go have fun. And I think that's what this season's all about. And you're hoping you're going to have a very successful season, but at the same time, anything can happen as we know when the playoffs happen.
Right. Yeah. It's when 3 of the best AAA teams in the state are all within 5 miles of each other. As far as I'm concerned, it was that way last year too. You throw Holy Redeemer in there. It's crazy. We literally in our division we have 3 Division I players within 5 miles of each other. Where does that happen in any small school division in the state? It's crazy. But what it teaches you is you got to play your best basketball every night. And if you don't do that in our division, I don't care if it's not only Holy Cross and Dunmore, it's across the board. If you're not prepared, and if you don't play your best, you're going to have a problem. There's no easy games in our division, and we embrace that. We're not trying to sneak around anybody. We know who we have to go through, and we're not going to schedule our way around it or anything else. We got to beat those teams. In the past, we have beat them. We haven't done it lately, and it's going to come down to those 4, 5, 6 games. Just like it does every year, and who's going to win those games. And we're excited to go take our shot at those teams.
All right, the Lady Vikes this year with Coach Jack McCollough ready to hit the court here at Arcaro Genell in the pizza capital of the world. All right, we're with Julia Antonacci from the Riverside Lady Vikes team. And Julia, you really made a nice impact last year as a freshman, and it's nice to have a little bit of youth. But for you, I'm sure you're looking up to these upperclassmen saying, hey, I'm pushing you guys to get into this lineup as much as I could, and it's a great thing for the team overall. You're looking for minutes.
Yeah, I am. It's really competitive considering that Haley Tilbury is also going for the starting position too, and a lot of the younger girls are too. So it's just you have to work really hard in practice to get your minutes in as much as you can.
What are some things you think you do well out there on the court? I mean, you seem like you have a lot of energy, which is important.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of the better shooters. So mostly is just shooting and a lot of assists.
Trying to play some defense. I'm sure Coach asked you to do
Yeah.
that. Talk about some keys to being a good defender.
He always tells us to work hard all the time on defense because defense wins games. And me and Haley were fast, so we get steals and fast breaks all the time.
And how much fun are you having this year with the team, knowing, hey, the new season's right here, it's starting now?
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. We're very close, and we have a lot of good times together.
Overall, you talk about your career at Riverside. Not only do you do basketball, you're involved in some other activities. Tell us about the other things you're doing.
I'm involved in softball too. Last year we were the district champions, so this year we're trying to work just as hard to get there.
Do you have a favorite sport right now, or you just like whatever season it is?
Whatever season it is.
Then how about the job in the classroom? Talk about working in the classroom.
Working in the classroom, it's kind of difficult with basketball, but you get through it. You have to keep up the good grades for the season.
How about these leaders? Talk a little bit about some of these senior leaders and some of the juniors as well.
They're very encouraging. They always encourage you to work hard and have fun mostly, but they always keep pushing you to do better on the court.
All right, well, go get them this season with Coach McCollough and the rest of the girls, all right?
Thank you.